What's up everybody, it's your friendly neighborhood zombie here. Welcome to another video. This is gonna be a bit different though. This is just me talking instead of like chaotic editing and all that stuff. It's gonna be me talking about my very first tournament, my very first chess tournament, and how it abruptly ended. Because instead of going for 7 days, I only went 2 days. So that's like not a lot at all. But more on that on the ending, because I gotta find a way to make sure you guys keep watching. I am gonna recap one game, however, out of the 3 games that I played. It was the second game in the second game of the second day. The first day there was a little bit of an intro where only one game was played, and the second day we played 2 games. I played a total of 3 games. I lost 2 because both of them were really good, and the last one I won, and that's the one I'm gonna show you guys. So without any further ado, let's get right into it and let's get rid of that. It was a bit of a it was the same kind of game you would expect from me. As some people who watch my streams kind of first of all know this screen with brains on the top floor. If you don't know it, go check out my stream, twitch.tv/delazombie. But most people know me as a chaotic type of person who likes to explode stuff, and yeah, it also really reflects on the chessboard. It starts out very tame, the very typical e4. Why doesn't it work? The very typical e4. But he starts out on an attacking game. He goes for a Sicilian c5, and against the Sicilian, I play a3. It's the Mangarin variation, or Mangarini variation. It's one I play on stream a lot. It is a very cool opening with even ideas to sack a pawn, which mostly happens in my games online. But he played a line which made sure it didn't happen. That was g6. G6 is literally designed to put your bishop on g7, stare down this diagonal, if my arrows want to be played, stare down this diagonal, so I can't play b4, because if I play b4 he's going to play g7. So yeah, so wait, so that makes that, let me show you. It's going to be like this, and then this, with this immediately attacking play here. And of course I can play multiple angles, but it's just not really nice to play this as white. So instead of going my typical b4 route, I just went with simple development of the bishop, which was bishop c4. Sorry if it goes a bit slow from time to time. Gotta have to figure out how this all works, right? But it's bishop c4. To it, he continued his plan with bishop g7, and I kind of went on against his direction. There's multiple things I can play here. I can immediately put my bishop in a2, which is one of the, or a2, not a1, a2, which is one of the reasons why you play a3. That if your bishop gets attacked by these pawns, you will always have a safe haven for it on a2 while still maintaining pressure on the king. Or I can play normal development, c3, keep playing for this d5 square. Or you can do what I did, which was c3, which immediately fights for this d4 square. I dislike his pawn on c5. It's the whole reason why people of the Sicilian play c5 is to like put pressure on the center without playing in the center. So I immediately counter that with c3, which he didn't like, because he went knight c6. I went knight f3, put more pressure on this d4 square. He played d6, which I thought was a little bit slow. Computer thinks it's the best. It's probably to get rid of this bishop, and well, actually, on the second hand, it's not slow. It is a good. It is a good, because if you play knight f6, I have e5, and with d6 you prevent e5. So never mind. I said nothing. I said nothing. So with his d6. In the game, I thought it was a bit slow, but looking back at it, it wasn't slow at all. It was pretty good. So I immediately went for the attack in the center, which was the whole entire idea of playing c3 and knight f6, of knight f3. He took, I took back, and then he immediately put pressure on my knight. And right here is already where the chaos begins. This isn't perfect chess, not at all. Even though it's over the board, it's it is an official FIDE tournament game. Back during the board, I thought it was amazing. I was like, fuck it, I'm playing this. I don't know for sure if it's good, but I'm playing this nonetheless because it fits my style of chess. And I immediately blew up the board by playing bishop f7 check. Now, as some of you can see, right here, the computer doesn't like this move. Oh, the computer doesn't like this move. It immediately goes down. But that's because of something ridiculous, which I didn't even think about. So, the obvious plan, right, is king e7, king takes the bishop, and then check the knight while taking the bishop. And that was the whole plan. That was the whole plan. But what he just can do is just go back and king e8, let this happen, and then this pawn is just very weak. Just so in the end, it actually it was a cool plan to go for. It was really cool, but it was not a good plan at all. And I am very happy that I'm playing against a young person who's mentally very intimidated, or can get mentally very intimidated pretty quickly. Because instead of taking a bishop, which he should, he got intimidated by it and played king f8 instead. King f8. Now a normal person, right? A normal person would just be like, oh, that's just a free pawn then. Let me just move my bishop back. And, you know, would have been a good move. Yeah. Yeah, that would have been sensible. But, not me. Not me. Not me. I'm like, fuck it. I was going for the bishop sack. Let's keep sacking the bishop. Which... King e8 is such a bad move. Like, instead of taking it, that even after I made a blunder, I'm still... Like, the computer still gives it slightly winning for white. Instead of, like, winning for white, it gave slightly winning to white. And he was still intimidated by it. He was still intimidated by it because he did not take the bishop. So he played queen b6. And here, I wanted to explode it even more. So queen b6 obviously like puts pressure on this pawn and on this pawn and these two pawns. But it also opens up the line for my bishop to attack his queen. So I knew this pawn was hanging, but I saw a line, and he did not play the best moves apparently, but it is a line the engine actually approves. And the line is to sack the pawn. Well, this does not improve because he can just still take my knight and then put his knight in the center. But whatever. It went the way I calculated this. It's attacking his knight, to which he takes b2 with his queen. Now I could just move my knight. I could just move my knight to d2, protecting this knight and making my queen attack the rook. I did not do that. I played d takes knight c6, which makes me sack the rook. I'm not gonna scream it. It's 11:30 at night, so I'm not gonna scream it. But I just hear Gotham Chess screaming in his pants while I played this. I was like, and you know the funny thing is, right? Like the moment I played d takes knight c6, I heard it in my head. The rook. I heard him scream, right? Like he was with me mentally. So he takes my rook. I take b7, and as you can see, right, as you can see in the bar, the engine approves this line. The engine approves sacking the rook. So, of course, he's not gonna let his rook, let my pawn take his rook, and let my pawn queen as well. So he attacks my pawn, to which I protect my pawn with bishop d5. Now, I looked at lines like e6. He didn't play this. But I could just take here, which is diabolical. So if he takes my rook, it's mate. It's mate and 8. Queen takes d6. King e8. Queen c6 plus, winning his rook. King d8. Queen c8 plus. King e7. Bishop c... Wait, what? Oh yeah, bishop c5 plus. King f6. Queen d8 plus. Oh, that's here. Knight e7, blocking the check. Bishop d4 plus. Where is it? Jesus. Bishop d4 plus. Queen takes bishop d4 plus. Queen takes queen. Takes e6. And knight g5. So I could have just taken the pawn, right? Like I was very scared of e6, but just taking it, like it's insane that my queen can just take it. So yeah, but he didn't play that. Instead, he took a check. He played the best move. He checked with his bishop. Now I could just, you know, be like, you know what, fuck it, let's grab the bishop for the knight. Which was definitely the nice move, but I did not like this this check because I had to have block it with my bishop, or else lose my pawn, or else I lose my pawn to f1, queen. Oh wait, I can't. He can't even check. Wow. Okay, never mind. Anyway, queen takes a3 check, but I did not like this because I really wanted to keep an eye on this pawn because, you know, taking this pawn would also mean me grabbing his rook, so that's why I did not play it. I instead went for yet another bombshell move, which was king f1, which is seen by the engine as a question mark, but you know, sometimes the engine doesn't know shit. I thought this move was a fucking bomber, right? I thought that was cool. Right in the middle of like his queen attack, is my knight pinning my his queen pinning my knight to my queen, him taking a check, him attacking the only pawn left while I'm a rook down, and I just played a cool, calm and collected king f1. I thought it was really cool. I don't give a shit what the engine says. It's still slightly winning for white. Don't give a fuck. I like that move. I like the move. So he thought he was clever by taking my my knight. So I obviously can't take with my queen because that means he would take my knight with check. So I took it with the g-pawn, to which he finally played e6, which I yet again sagged another piece. You know, why you know, I could just let this get attacked as I just attack a bigger value. Besides that, I could just move my bishop here, for example, attack his bishop afterwards, to which my pawn promotes. So I did not give a shit. I literally just took there bishop a5, which his rook finally takes his pawn, because if you move this rook, I would get there with anyway, or I would queen my pawn. Jesus fucking Christ, talking is really good. I've been talking constantly for 13.5 minutes. Now normally I am able to do that on stream because I talk to people, but right now I have to actually make a story up the moment I go. Oh man. Alright, anyway, his rook obviously takes my pawn, because if his rook moves, I just move my pawn up one more, to which he has to take it anyway, and then I attack this pawn with tempo while still being able to grab this pawn, so he would just lose a pawn. So instead he took my pawn with his rook, to which I took his rook with my bishop, of course. His queen attacked my bishop, and I was like, okay, well, you know, my knight isn't isn't pinned anymore, so it's finally time for me to take that that bishop. A more direct approach would have been to take on d6 with a check, which I will do a moment later if he takes my bishop. But the direct approach would have been way better, since I can literally just protect my because he has to go king f7. Right? Why can't he go king e8? Oh, because king e8 is mate, so he has to go king f7. To which I can literally just protect my bishop and just take his knight, to which he is forced, or take his bishop, to which he's forced to take my knight. Wow. He can't even take. He has to play 97. Wow, queen takes c3. And just king g2 here, because, you know, why not? Alright, that's insane. I looked at this, I looked at my game briefly before starting to record, but anyway, I was like, knight c3, knight takes c3, and he took my bishop, and I took his pawn with check, to which he played king e8. I just took his pawn with check, because like, oh, free pawn, you know what, fuck it, if I get two free pawns, why not, right? Why not take these free pawns? Anyway, he protected with his knight. I attacked his knight with my bishop. He moved his rook. Then I moved my my king because his rook was attacking my f3 pawn. I first thought of just playing knight d5 to be just like, you know what, fuck this rook, fuck this pawn. But I was a bit too scared of this of like losing this pawn because I eventually was gonna trade this queen down, and I don't know. I thought it was a bit more solid, right? I've been playing explosively this game. Let me just take a little breather, take this, protect my f3 pawn. He attacked my bishop, to which I was like, okay, well, you know, I kind of wanted to chill, but it's not the best move. Like rook b1 is the best move, making him not being able to grab my bishop, but yeah. Anyway, I was just like, you know what, I'm up, like what, I'm up like the entire queen side is mine. I have like a passed pawn that I can protect with my rook behind it. I have an extra piece. I'm just, you know, I haven't won a round yet. Let me just make it easy for myself to just kind of like force trading into the queens, giving a check. And then it's just very simple. I just push the pawn, protect it with my rook. And here it was my last trick. It was a very last tricky move. Because I saw that I could just move my pawn here. Because no matter where he moves, he can't move here because my knight has this. He can't move here because my pawn has this. So the only move he could make was king b5, to which of course knight c7 plus forking his rook and his king with a pass pawn that he basically can't stop because he can't go in front of it. He has to go back, he has to go here, or he has to go one of these moves, which is just not nice. So yeah, that's how I won my very first, well, not my very first round, but that was my very first win in a tournament, FIDE tournament. This is a different kind of video. It's around 20 minutes long, and as promised, I would tell you guys why this was also my last game of the tournament. There was supposed to be 9 rounds, and instead I played 3. After this, 5 more days to go. Do I say that correctly? No, 6 more days even. 6? No. Am I counting it wrong? 6 more days? We're at 9 rounds? Yeah, no, it was 6 more days. Yeah, because it was Monday through Saturday. So instead of playing for 8 days, I played for 2 days. That's even worse. That's like 25% of all chess games I played. Or of all days I played, right? But the reason I got kicked out is because I just couldn't go 1 round. It's not a very big story at all. It's actually very stupid. And if one of the tour organizers ever hear this, fuck you. I'm sorry. I want to be professional about it, but this guy was, yeah. It's safe to say that, you know, this guy was everything but professional about it. He, I sent a mail a week before the tournament started, where it was like, hey, is it maybe possible to get a buy? For those who are not familiar with chess terms, a buy is basically you not being able to be there. So instead of playing a game, you get half a point, which you would normally get from drawing a game, but instead of playing a game, you just get a draw point, basically. I I was very sincere about this. I was like, yeah, I'm very sorry. There were some personal developments here. Could this be a solution? To which my response is, I do not want. To which the tournament organizer's response was, despite all your personal inconveniences and your merry greetings, because we have a Dutch way of ending emails, which is basically it's the equivalent of have a nice day, greetings, your name, right? But instead of have a nice day, I say have a great day. Have a great day. That's basically like the difference between it. So his first sentence was, besides your personal inconvenience and you giving me a great day, it's not possible. I do not want to have this discussion. Just resign from the tournament. Dot. Which was so rude. It was rude. It really rubbed me the wrong way already. But I still wanted to go because it was my very first tournament, right? And I just responded with, well, sad to hear that a question immediately has to be a discussion. I will try to be there, but no guarantees. That's what I said. Even in my email, I was like, no guarantees. To which he responded, yeah, well, we get like more than 100 emails each week about people thinking about themselves, trying to get a better score or something like that. But, all right, we're happy to hear that you will still be entering the tournament, even though I was never going to say I was going to leave anyway. But, no, he said, like, oh, we're happy that you still enter the tournament, and we hope to see you all 9 rounds. That was all that. I was like, I responded back with, okay, that's very understandable. Have a great rest of your week, and I will see you guys next week, or this weekend, or next week. It was next week. It was like I wrote the email more than a week before the tournament. So, tournament starts on a Saturday. Everything went right. It was fucking amazing. The room was big. It was around like 250 participants, all playing in one room with like even a master section, which was blowing my mind because I was playing in the same room as grandmasters would, and there were even like in my section there were even like national candidate and FIDE masters playing, which blew my mind. I even played next to, I didn't play against, but next to family of one of my favorite chess players, or my favorite chess players, which is Mikhail Tal. And there was even like a family member of Fischer. It was really cool. Saturday was really cool. Sunday was really cool. There was like this very long game where I was the only player still like looking at it, and somebody even like checkmated with bishop and knight, which is very fun and very harsh for the other opponent, which cried and walked away, but was still playing the next round, which was respect to that person. So those days, Saturday, Sunday was great. Saturday, I sadly lost. I played an explosive game. I was up in the opening. I played against like a 2016, I think his rating was. So it was no surprise that I lost. Then I played up against him, the youngster, who was like 14 years old or 16 years old. No, 14. He was 14 years old. He was 1800. So also no weird. It's also not very weird that I lose from that guy. And then I won my last round on a Sunday, which an explosive, which really complements my chess style, and like not playing the best moves, but playing the most explosive moves. Which, looking back at this game, I definitely have something to learn at, and I will take things away. But anyway, Monday rolls through, and I had a barbecue, which I just wanted to attend to. It was first in my planning, basically, as well, before like the tournament was set. So it would be very bad of me to like be like, hey, I'm sorry, I can't make it to the barbecue. I got a tournament, even though I got the barbecue planned first. You know what I mean? So anyway, I call them up. It was we had a phone number that we could call in case of emergencies or in case we couldn't make it to a round. And in the rules, which was also something he said in the email. Next time, the first email, yeah, in the email he sent, next time read the rules, right? He said that in a rude way, but basically he said like, just read the rules next time before asking. All right, I read the rules this time. In the rules it said, if you call off your game before playing, or you even left like an hour during the game, if you don't call off, then you will be removed from the tournament. If you before that, everything's fine. Nothing was in the rules with that, but you would think that you still have an hour during the game to call off your game, right? To call off basically you not being there, which is a bitch move because your opponent is still already at the chessboard waiting for you. But only then you get removed. But around like 2 p.m., I called him up. I called the number that was on the phone. I was like, hey, with my name, I'm very sorry, but as I stated in an email before this, I sadly can't make it. To which this guy got mad. I got called an egotistical bastard. I got something that would. I got called somebody that would only think of himself. I was very rude, asocial. This guy was very, very mad. It still really rubs me in the wrong way, and I don't know. I still get a bit annoyed talking about it. But even then, I kept my cool, right? Like, this guy was talking shit to me, and in the meantime, I was like, I'm very sorry. I understand your frustration. I understand where you're coming from. I understand how it seems that I'm a very egotistical guy from your standpoint, which was not true, but I was like trying to calm him down, trying to talk into him, basically, right? But I was like, I'm sorry, and he immediately was like, we're gonna remove you from the tournament. I was like, well, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. I really want to continue playing in this tournament, so please allow me to still play in this tournament. To which he replied, you know what, I'm gonna talk about the other organizers to see if you can still participate in the tournament. I didn't get a call back. Next day they just sent an email, and I was fucking done. And they couldn't even give me a call about it. They just only had the email. Yeah. Safe to say I won't be entering that tournament. Yeah. I think this filled like around 5 minutes. So I hope you guys enjoyed the story. And yet again, it's a very calm down way of normal videos that I make, and it's a longer video as well, because normally I only like make 10 to 15 minutes, and this time it's like double it. If you guys have any tips or tricks, just let me know. I know I'm not Gotham Chess. Don't worry, I'm not planning on being him at all. I don't know. I just enjoy his videos, so I was like, you know what? Fuck it, I'm gonna try myself. Right, gotta try. Also, you guys fucking blew it out of the water with the Gmod video. So prepare for that next week. All right. So anyway, that was it. Really hope you guys enjoyed. Please like and subscribe, and let me know down in the comments for those tips and tricks. Your friendly neighborhood zombie, signing off.